Hey, everybody, and welcome to Exposed Dragged Out, the podcast where I talk to some individuals who were on a show called Rupaul's Drag Race. Some hit it big, other ones went home too early. Today, we are chatting with the one, the only, from season 2 of Rupaul's Drag Race. It is Mystique Summers. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I am good. You are in Texas, is that right?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas, I think it's like 55 degrees or 50 degrees. So I kind of got the heat on for a moment. Well, now I got the air on because I'm like, I don't want
now you're about to be hot.
Sound. And I'm just like, okay, let me turn my fan on that's over here.
I put on this sweatshirt and now I'm like really regretting the decision. I should have put on something a little bit lighter.
Hey everybody, today's video is sponsored by Wicked Fox. Now, Wicked Fox is an LGBTQ owned business. They are based out of Portland, Oregon, and they are here to help your butt. You may be wondering, what does it even mean? But if you're like me, I love maintaining and making sure that my butt is good, smooth, exfoliated, and also that it is fresh and good for whatever may happen in the bedroom later tonight. But that is where they come into play. They have amazing products like this butt scrub. Now, let me just show you this. I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna show you what's in my fingers. When I move this around, it literally is making everything, it feels so soft and smooth. Ugh. It smells good too. Literally, it is like I am in a coffee shop. It smells so good. And if it smells good here, then your partner is probably also going to get the great smell of that when it's time to go to the bedroom. It also helps with the appearance and reducing the appearance of stretch marks. It keeps the exfoliation going on your butt so you don't have to worry about the blemishes and all of that. And also, let's bring up another product, a booty mask. I had no idea that people put masks on their butt until Wicked Fox reached out to me. And let me just tell you, I take this and I use it about once a week. And I put this on my butt. For instance, here is a watermelon. I put it on my butt, just like that. I let it dry for about 15 minutes. Then I get in the shower and I wash it off. And let me just tell you that my butt feels great. I've never had it feel this great. And it's like getting those imperfections out of your butt because you sit on it all day. You aren't washing it all the time like you do your hands. So this is phenomenal. So check them out, getwickedfox.com.
And make sure to enter promo code Joseph15 to get 15% off your order.
It's also pretty cool to take a picture when your butt is blue. Come on. Let's get back to the video. Thank you guys so much at Wicked Fox for sponsoring. Until next time, bye guys.
I would love to know about you when you were growing up. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Chicago, Illinois.
And what was life like when you were a little youngin'? Were you creative, shy? What was your personality?
Oh, I'm still the same way I was back then. I am now. I'm still antisocial. A lot of people, they don't believe that. But, I'm a big gamer. So me and my friends, well, the 3 friends that I had that I hung out with, all we did was just game all day long, and that's it.
Wait, okay.
Band too.
You said what?
And band.
Oh, and band. What instrument did you play?
What instrument I didn't play?
Oh, so you did a lot.
Yeah. Like I started with the contrabass clarinet. Then I went to the bass clarinet, then the clarinet. Then I played flute. Then I did a little bit of trumpet, tenor saxophone, and then learning tuba.
Jesus, that's everything. You were the full orchestra. You said that you would play games and you were a gamer when you were younger. What was your station of choice? What was your gaming console?
Well, back then it was only 2, but it was good old, Super Nintendo, and then Sega. Then I kind of think I probably almost had every single gaming platform back then. because my mom used to always, Christmas time. Okay, everybody,
Mhm.
this gift is for everybody. But I was the youngest child, so I was like, no, this gift is mine. Fuck everybody else. This is mine. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I know exactly how it goes. Anytime my mom would make me do that to my brother, I was like, no, I think there's
No,
only
it's
one
mine.
person.
Yeah, it's mine. It's going in my room.
Did you as a child, like, when did you think that you started to feel that, hey, maybe I am not as straight as they can come?
Not as straight as they come. I was the butchest person on my block, okay? No, no. It was probably I'll probably say when I was like 16, 17, because that's when I moved to Texas. And then I was just like, okay, no one knows me. Let me just experiment and just play around and do all this crazy crap.
And
You
then
know,
you
you know.
decided one day that you wanted to do drag. Do
Well,
you
that was by mistake. If I didn't do drag, I'd be rich right now. But
wait. So if you weren't doing drag, what did you want to do? What was your goal?
oh, okay, so a lot of people know if I would have stayed in Illinois and I didn't pursue the whole drag, blah blah blah, I would have probably been a band teacher. 9 times out of 10, I've probably been a band teacher. Then I was like, oh, I should have went to school to be a lawyer. But I was like, that's too much schooling, you know. So band teacher to lawyer, I'm just like, yeah. Now I just play in makeup and skincare. So yeah.
Hey, and I mean, your skin looks flawless. Your
Oh,
makeup
thank
looks
you.
flawless.
Thank
Um,
you.
do you remember the first time you actually performed in drag? I'm not talking about like dressing up or like for Halloween, but like actually on a stage.
Yeah. I remember that
Where
whole
was
whole
that?
thing. It was down here in Texas. It was at a club called Club Changes. I remember my outfit, the song, my homegirl painted me. I had pencil thin eyebrows. I think I got the picture on my Facebook somewhere. Like real, like I'm talking about like good old, like probably thinner than this. Just like it was. My eyebrows was arched to nothing. Like he could have had an eraser and erased my eyebrow. It was that thin. I had like what did I have? I had it was like this black type of pantsuit.
Mhm.
And I did Deborah Cox, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. You know the typical drag
Nobody's
song.
supposed to be here.
You know.
But you did it, and you ended up doing it for how long did you do drag before you got on Drag Race?
What has it been like 4 or 5 years, I think. I have to remember how old I was when I went on Drag Race. Yeah, I want to say like 4 or 5 years.
And how did you hear about Drag Race? Did you watch the first season? And like, how big was it at that time in the drag community? Because I've talked to multiple people, and like I talked to Merle Ginsburg, and she basically was saying that they didn't even think that anything was going to happen after that first season. Was
Oh no, I
it?
love Merle. I love her. That's my bitch. I love her as a judge.
She's
Love her as a
amazing.
judge. But no, the first time, like in the whole scene, everybody was just like, "What's this TV show about drag that's coming out?" Like, I think I did a casting for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I wasn't gonna do a casting. I was like, okay, if they have another season, I'm gonna try out because I was like one of those like, okay, it's the first time I need to see what's gonna happen first off before I be like, oh, let me toss my hat in this shit. But no, it wasn't big. It was still, it was still on
Logo.
back then. I think back then it was just on Logo. Season two was
Uh-huh.
on Logo and VH1. So it was still on the underground scenes where everything was still real and just truthful, almost like real world. But yeah, it wasn't as big and popular as it is now, where everybody's like, oh my God, to be an entertainer, to be the best drag queen ever, or wait, don't want to say drag queen, don't want to offend nobody. To be the best drag entertainer ever or drag performer, you have to be on Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what everybody thinks it is. And it's just like, no, no.
Well, one thing that I do anytime I interview somebody is I just go back and watch all of the episodes and all the untucks that they're in just to like get an actual refresher. So I'm not like relying on knowledge from so long ago.
Right.
But I will say the following.
We're the reason why
watched-
these bitches get $20,000 booking fees.
Yes. I literally watched season 2 and the Untucks, and I in that moment thought to myself, you were treated so wrong. So
A lot of
freaking
people
wrong.
say that. A lot of people are talking about like if season 2 was aired now, it would be a little crazy because people were like, oh my God, Mystique, you were fat shamed, you was this, you was that, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, but back then, it's like, that's kind of how
That
catty
was
the girls
yeah.
are. So it's just like you just roll it off and just keep going. But no, yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, that's probably the harshest I've seen. And also, it wasn't just like one person ganging up. It wasn't like a Tamisha Iman and Candy Muse fight or anything like that. It was literally so many girls were saying so many negative things about you. And then like your weight would get brought up. And I thought in my head, I was like, are we, is this, I thought we were like, I didn't know. Like you said, it felt like the real world. It felt very much like cattiness, like old reality school TV. But I guess like looking back, that was 2010, I guess. Yeah. And that was reality TV 101.
Right.
Do you think if you would come on Drag Race, like let's say that you didn't do season 2 and you came on at a later date, like something current, do you think that you would have the same reception from the girls?
I would have passed the casting process. They got to do too much shit in 10 minutes. I don't got time for all this. I'm not, no. That is too much shit in 10 minutes. Then you got to, mortgage your house to pay for drag. No. No, I am happy on my early season. I am good. It's when everything was truthful and heartfelt. And it's like I tell everybody, we all hate each other. Everyone on season 2, we may hate each other, but we are the only ones that can hate each other. No one else can jump in and say anything because we jump on the attack.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's speak about that attack. The big moment that literally became reality show gold. You've been known as the start of the meme queen. Like you have had it all with your untucked fight. Looking back on that, do you think it's iconic?
I didn't think it was gonna be that iconic. The thing is, with me, I don't think I'm funny. That's why I can never do stand. Yeah, I can never do stand up because I'm not that type of person. But let me just stand up and talk. I'm the one that's like, I gotta have a conversation with somebody and we're just joking around, and then I'll say some crazy off the wall stuff that people are like, "Oh, that's funny." I'm like, okay. I didn't think I don't think of it like that. It's like all my off the wall moments is stuff that I'm like I don't know what's happening. Like the whole bitch on Chicago thing that everybody like all these years. I still need to check World of Wonder. But anyway, for that to blow up how big it blew up, I was just like, oh. I was like, wow. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I just like think about it all the time now. I mean, those untucked moments were the moments. You guys were in what? In like a office? Like it looked like an office? Was that what it was? Like a little office room?
It was like, yeah, it was an office room. It was like we were going from the untucked lounge to the other lounge back to the main stage. So we were in the hallway going back to the main stage when it all occurred.
You piss me off some more, I will whoop your ass. Bitch, I am from Chicago. Sweetie, guess what? You're not worth it. Let me walk off.
It was like a good old, not Jerry Springer, good old Maury when to say,
Maury Povich, yeah.
Yeah, you are not the father, and the camera crew just came running.
And then
I wish they would have showed them just running into it because that they got the tail end of it. And
so there was some more juice at the first.
Well, the thing is, we were by ourselves, so nothing. We were just going off, and then they got the tail end of it, and that's the history.
Well, from your season, you've had people like Tatiana, you've had, Nicole Page Brooks, you've had Kylie Sonique Love, you've had a lot of girls that are, kind of coming back into the spotlight with like Kylie, being the winner of All Stars 6. Tatiana came on All Stars 2. Season 2 is starting to get a little bit of love in the All-Star department.
No, I already told people. Kylie messed it up for us. She shouldn't have won because now she won. So they said we don't need no more season 2 bitches. We already got a winner. I was like, this bitch just fucked it up for all of us.
That's probably true.
I'm like, damn, bitch, why you have to win right now? Like, bitch, me, Jessica, and Nicole still got a chance to go on. Like, damn, you just won. And I just said, okay, X off season 2. Let's move on.
What was the drag like prior to your season of Drag Race? And then when everything started blowing up, probably within the past 5-6 years, mainstream, did you see a difference in club gigs and gigs that you do around town and stuff and bookings? Like, did things change for you at all?
For me, like my whole style is always the gown bitch. I love a good old nice gown. I'm always gown, always a gown, no matter what, or a cat, good old cat too. But I'm always about gowns. Like after Drag Race, people start approaching you differently and be like, oh my God, I want to book you for this XYZ, just for, publicity type of things like that. But it's just like back then, it didn't really hardcore change because again, it was just on VH1 and Logo, like at 2:00 in the morning. And that people are like, okay, let me watch it. It's like, okay, it wasn't as known as like now you go on the show, you come off, everybody's trying to mimic your drag look and everything all across town.
Do you feel like you have your own personal identity because you came in an earlier season?
Correct. I like to call myself, well, I'm not a one-trick pony like I call a lot of people. Like I tell everybody that starts on the drag, you go find an entertainer that you love. It's okay to mimic what they're doing. Then you need to tweak it and make your own identity out of all of it. That's why all my looks, I cannot recreate any of my makeup looks. It's all like one time. That's why you got my good old brow now. Tonight I gotta entertain for a pageant. I may block out my brow and have it touching my hairline like old school Mystique. It's just all varies. It's just nowadays everybody relies on YouTube and Instagram for the same look and the same way to do things, and they all just look cookie cutter.
Yeah, and they all follow this mold, and it's like, well, there was drag before that mold of each season, right, and how that's progressed. And I love that you said that you probably will change your eyebrows and everything tonight and do something totally different because you're using a creative outlet and you are becoming like a different version of Mystique. So I love that you're still able to do that.
Why, thank you. You can't be a cookie cutter. You can't be a one-trick pony where you look and be like, okay, all y'all look alike. Okay. I know I'm rude. I'm rude, but I'm truthful. I tell everybody whenever like, oh my God, you're so mean. You're this. I'm like, I'm not mean. I'm telling the truth. Or they're like, oh my God, you're reading all these people. It's like, it's not a read if it's the truth. I'm like, I just speak truth. I don't know how. I can't differentiate anything. That's all. I'm like, I can't read nobody or give shade because mine is just the truth, and truth hurts. And I'm just gonna hit you right there where it'd be like, bitch, you gonna fight me or what? Shit like that.
Yeah. And the thing too, I loved your personality on Drag Race. I think that you have I would describe your personality, I may be incorrect, you can gladly go at, but I think that you are like an extroverted introvert. Does that make sense? Correct. So like when that light is on you, you are the pure diva, stage, everything. When that light's off of you, you're paying attention to what's around you.
Correct. I'm a people watcher.
Yep.
So with that, I'm gonna talk to somebody and I'm gonna look at their body language while they're talking to me to see. I'm analyzing them and be like, okay, why are you lying to me? In my head, I'm like, why are you lying to me? Like, like the hell, you know?
I went through a Reddit thread that you didn't ask me anything years ago, and there was something in there that I want to ask you about. You said somebody
Oh
asked you
shit, I
what.
might have been drinking back then.
Oh. You said somebody asked you, what's the shadiest thing that happened behind the scenes? I'm not talking about the girls, I'm talking about production stuff. You said, I wish I had the raw footage for episode 3. Did something go on?
I'm trying to get on All Stars now. You can't be fucking me up like this.
Was it something about you? Was it something about the girls? Was it?
Oh, how can I say this? Well, no, it was just it wasn't perceived as it was shown.
Oh,
I
you
just
had
say it that way.
a little finagle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, like that good old song that just came out. Don't blame it on the edit. Don't blame it on
That edit, that I have been dying watching his videos. I am like, RuPaul, did your social media person quit? Did they quit and they just gave
Don't
you a
blame it
phone
on
and were
the
like,
edit.
don't
Don't
blame
blame
it
it on
on the
the
edit.
edit. Don't blame it on the edit.
So good. So you would come back for an All Stars if you were asked.
Correct. If I was asked, a lot of people ask me that, like, oh, you should go back. You should go back. What's stopping you? Just tell me you want to go back. I'm like, it's not what's stopping me. It's y'all. It's the viewers. If the viewers want to see me or see any girl back, they just have to request.
Hmm.
Because if not, you're going to see the same old cookie cutter each and every other month of an All Star that airs.
Yeah, I want to see. I would love to see you back on because I'm like, you gave such a. When you had walked down the runway, your like drive and who you were as a character. I mean, your split was iconic. You had so many moments. When you left the show, what was reception like?
It was good. It was good. Like leaving, back then everybody, we were all type A personalities, so we were all bitches, Fuck everybody, fuck you, fuck your mama. It's just it's what it is. But leaving it, I was just like, look, like I said back then, it's take me as I am or as nothing at all. I'm not gonna change who I am. I'm not gonna sell my soul just for 15 minutes of fame. Some people are willing to sell their soul for 15 minutes of fame. I'm not, because I still got to go home and live my life, and my people who really know me are gonna be like, "What the fuck was that? That's not you. Why the fuck were you acting like that?" Like no. And me personally, I come from old school drag race. We're down to fight. So this whole keyboard warrior thug. If I would have acted a certain way, people would have went off on the internet or face to face, and then I would have been locked up probably. I don't know.
Wait, I didn't think about that. Like, if your season, like we discussed, like were to have aired now, what do you think the fan reception would have been like towards you?
Oh, it probably been the same. Probably they would have went on, the trolls and stuff would have went on and be like, "Oh yeah, that fat bitch," and blah 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 blah, and all that shit. Monkey see, monkey do. Good old keyboard warriors.
Oh, but you would have come back. I know you would have. You would have been like,
No, that's the thing. So everybody is always like, "Don't read comments. Don't talk. Blah blah blah." I'm like, I read all the comments. Talk back, but you cannot show what upsets you to the keyboard thugs, because if you do, they know what's gonna hurt you, and they're gonna keep coming back with that same old, same old. So me personally, I comment back and be like, "Oh, you know what? I'm sorry that you didn't like me, but according to your photos, you might want to go back to the dentist." And then I'll just post photos. I'm one of those. I'm one of those. Again, like I told you, I don't know how to read. I don't know nothing. I go for the juggler. I'm gonna go to your Facebook page. I'm gonna go to your page and get your pictures and be like, why are you talking to me when you're looking like this? When you can color match your face properly to foundation, then talk to me. When your eyebrows can be identical twins, not distant relatives, then talk to me.
I love that. I mean, you're unapologetically you, and that's the
Right.
great part about it. And that's actually very funny. I think that there are.
No, it's a thing that people are losing about drag and entertainer. It's like I created this entertainer. This is who this entertainer is. I'm sorry it hurts your feelings, but I'm not changing my entertainer style to fit your mold and your feelings and make you feel safe and loved in the world. No, baby, no. There's too many people out there. No.
And it's kind of like, too, if you think about it logically, you have multiple different genres of like movies. You have like horror movies and comedy movies and action movies. And an action star is probably not going to do well in a comedy movie or whatever. So like, you don't want to, it's like if you were the horror movie or whatever, and then you have the comedy movie and they're asking one thing, it's like, you can't really compare.
Right. But the fan base, the toxic fan base, they just like to compare everybody to their fan favorite. If you do anything, be like, oh my God, you're doing let's say, oh my God, you're doing the Trixie Mattel. And you'd be like, bitch, I've been doing this before Trixie ever did this. How the fuck am I doing the Trixie Mattel? Oh my God, you're doing XYZ. Bitch, I've been doing this long. Just because you just recently seen this show does not mean that it's brand new, baby.
Yeah. And I die because I talked to the princess a while back, and she told me, she was like, people come up to me and will be like, you should audition for Drag Race. And I'm like, honey, did you not watch the earlier seasons? I've already been on. It's like, get with the times.
Oh no, people all they know about Drag Race is like season 10 and up, and that's it.
So when you started crafting Mystique and you started coming up with, your drag persona, where did you learn how to do all of your makeup and learn how to do like, being able to pad your body and being able to like find wigs and stuff? How did you get into that process? Because I know from doing just Halloween costumes that I get so frustrated and mad, and I'm like, I don't get how these girls do it. How did you start?
Nowadays, these girls got it fucking easy. They have it real easy because, like, for me, I'm self-taught with makeup. Oh my God, what is stuck in my throat? Jesus. But no, completely self-taught. Nowadays, they got Instagram and YouTube. For your body, you have to find people that, other queens that's down to make a body for you. That's down to find the couch cushion, or you found a couch cushion and they cut it up for you if they like you for a good price. Nowadays, they can just go online on Drag Swap, AliExpress, or whatever, and find a way to get their entire body. They got it easy nowadays. They just got it too damn easy. Too damn easy.
So when you did your makeup like prior, and you said that you're self-taught, would you just like look in a mirror and just dibble and dabble, or did you have like inspiration pictures, or how did you end up doing that?
No, so I have a bachelor's in visual communication. So anytime I see anything, I can look at somebody's eye look, and I can like take it apart. Because with me, I look at something and I see shapes. So I'm like, okay, that shape goes there, and then I just do it on myself.
I'm just stunned and shocked because you look flawless.
Well,
the makeup is flawless.
I'm about to really fuck you up with this one. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm slightly colorblind as well.
Stop. Really?
Yeah, certain shades, yeah. Certain colors, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can see that like going so horribly wrong sometimes.
As long as if it goes wrong, you just play it off like you did it on purpose, and you have that personality, just like, yeah, I did it, and what? No one's gonna say nothing.
I mean, that's truly the art of a drag queen. Like, I think that you have the art. I think like what we've been discussing too is just so interesting that, yeah, drag is an art still, by a lot of the girls who go on the show, but then you come into the play of like, all right, you have not the same 2 to 3 designers making everybody's outfits. You have all of these things that like who is somebody's identity now? Like you start losing that actual part of the drag identity.
Well, you don't know who's the the current seasons. You don't know whose identity is who anymore. You don't know who the person is at all.
Yeah.
Because it's not who that person, the clothing wise, because we have to make our own stuff on the show. Or we have everybody that was on the show when they brought stuff, it was a different seamstress. So you just saw all different qualities of different stuff that shows who they are. Nowadays, it's all about who got the biggest budget and the biggest pocketbook to wear something super duper flashy. Because you can wear something super duper flashy, but if it's not your style, you're not going to be able to sell it. That's why I only mess with, I have like, I think like 2 designers or 3, and that's it. I'm not going to go to somebody random for the first time, but hey, make me this for Drag Race, because I don't know their word or how to move in it, or they don't know anything about me. They just know, okay, here's your measurements. Let me do this for you.
See, I didn't think about that either, about just passing your measurements off, giving somebody a category and being like, have fun.
Right.
So describe for me how Texas is in the drag scene.
It's all about pageantry out here. It's the South. It's all about pageants, the big hair, big makeup, pageant. But nowadays, because of when Sharon Needles was on the show, it became a little bit more spooky drag start coming out. That's what a lot of people call it. And then Dragula came out, and now you have more of the alternative type of drag styles that's out there now. So it's like more Texas is all about the pageantry state, but you still have the shows where people have the alternative look. And some people are just like, I don't understand that. Like,
yeah,
what are you doing? You're supposed to be just pretty and proper and stuff like that, but you're over here just gobbling blood and stuff like, ooh, things like that. But it's pretty much it's accepting of all types of drag.
What is like nightlife like out there? Are there multiple places that you can go and see a drag show? Like is there a strip? Like what's the
well, we have we call it the Gayborhood. Like you can go to the Rose Room in Dallas. They have shows. They have their talent night on Thursdays. They have shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Marty's, they have shows they have a talent night on Monday, talent night on Tuesday with Kennedy, and then they have shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Roundup has shows that's across the street from S4 or Rose Room. They have shows on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I think Fridays. Then we have a lot of brunches like at on tap. We have a brunch there. There's like, if you want to see a show, you can see a show, as long as it's not like on a off day type of thing.
You mentioned Kennedy, and she's a fellow Texas sister. Do you work a lot with her?
Actually, I don't. I see her a lot. I go support her shows whenever I can on a Tuesday. I'm like, okay, on a Tuesday, let me just go out, hang out, support. I'm one of those type that if you ask me to come out to support, I'm gonna, no matter what I'm doing, I'm gonna come out and support, because that's what it's all about. So pretty much, I just go out. I see her on like a Tuesday and support her whenever she's in town.
What would you say your favorite part about becoming Mystique is?
Favorite part?
Yeah, do you like the putting on the makeup part? Do you like the looks? Do you like the performance? Do you like the fans? Like what's the part that excites you the most?
It'll probably be a tie with the performance and the makeup.
When you come up with performances for songs, I remember I saw you, oh my gosh. Is it 4 or 5 years ago at Mickey's? Were you at Mickey's?
Yeah.
Showgirls?
Yeah.
And it was a Whitney number.
Yeah, the iconic 10-minute Whitney.
Yes. Oh,
yeah. It's really a 15-minute Whitney. I just cut it down to 10 minutes.
Do you is like Whitney like one of your faves to perform to?
Yes. I'm pretty much one of them old school drag entertainers. I like to perform songs that's gonna make you feel emotions. Like nowadays, it's not that many new school songs that's like make you feel any type of thing because it's the same way, and it's just like a 2.5 minute number, and I'm like, 2.5 minutes, bitch! I'm not about to be out here for no 2.5 minutes for this one damn song, bitch. Y'all better put this on repeat or something, make it like a 4-minute number. But damn.
You just need I think the only person who can make you feel emotions right now is just Adele. So just putting on the whole Adele album.
Nope.
You're like, nope.
No, because everybody's already doing that. I'm good. Let me get my Patti LaBelle. I go old school. let me get the other shit. No, man. Adele will make you just want to slit your wrist. No, man. We're not about to do that in a club.
And it makes you want to sleep. I always think about sleeping when I hear Adele. I'm like, is this my lullaby? Are we going to bed?
No, because it's just the same. It's the same old thing over. And you're just like, girl, can we get a happy song? Can we get some more Chasing Pavement?
Oh, that was a good one.
Like something, but you just want to be all, oh yeah, I got a divorce. Let me just sing about this divorce. Like, girl, come on. McDonald's lost my food. Let me sing about this. My missing chicken sandwich. Come on, girl. Can we stop? Damn.
I think that should be a song now. Like somebody missing their chicken sandwich. I think that's a good SNL sketch. We need to call them up. When it comes to what has happened since and what has been your experience after Drag Race, would you say that it helped your career, or would you say it negatively impacted your career?
Well, no, it pretty much helped because it got my name out there to people who probably never known me. It's like, it's a double-edged sword to things because, some places are like, oh, I'm not going to book you because you're a drag racer and we had bad experiences with other drag racers before. But, it's just a double-edged sword. So it's a lot of positives and negatives to that. But, you just got to just work through it, and the positives should outweigh the negatives, and you just roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches. Also, you look a lot thinner. You've been losing weight. I see that.
Because of COVID, I gained weight. But but yeah, I was like on the show. I was 390 on the show. I never look my weight. That's the thing with me. I never look my weight. The lowest I got down to was 215. People thought I was like under 200 pounds. I was like, no, I'm 215. I think now I'm like at 240-ish, maybe. I've not got on the scale. She's been sitting in the corner looking at me. And I'm like, no. But good old COVID and lockdown, I'm like, well, I'm not performing. I'm not doing anything. I'm just stuck in this house ordering good old Domino's 5 for $5. So I'm just like, okay, let's go.
And too, the same thing happens to me. And I do this thing too, because I'll be like listening to podcasts or watching interviews with things, and people will be like, it's a really bad time for your mental health. Take care of yourself. Eat that. And I go, you know what? I will eat that. I will not go to the gym today.
Yeah. Yep, you're going to eat that and you're going to be like, well, damn it, I shouldn't have ate that.
Exactly. That pizza tastes good eating it. And then it's that after effect the next morning where I'm like,
no, I was fine with that. What got me was whenever I had to do my checkup with my doctor via CAS, and she's like, okay, everything looks good. She's like, so your face is getting a little round, getting a little fat. What you doing? And I was just like, wait a minute. And this is no one has ever said something where I'm just like shocked and appalled in video. When she said that, I was like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, what are you doing? Because your face is getting a little round. I was like, well, are you going outside and exercising and doing all that again? I was like, no, I've been eating Pizza Hut, 5 for $5, getting these wings and pizza. She's like, yeah, you need to go back outside and work it out at least for like an hour. Just walk around for an hour or something, okay? And I was like, okay. hung up that call. What happened? Knock, knock, knock. Domino's. How you doing, Domino's? Baby, yes. Hopefully she don't watch this.
No, I mean, I would have told her, I would have said, oh, I'm so sorry. That's the new filter. I think it's your telehealth filter. That's what's on there.
No, I could have said that, but it wasn't telehealth. It was a Zoom call. So bitch, I couldn't fake that. I couldn't fake that. And I couldn't fake it. Say, oh, girl, it's the angles. Because it was the same angle. I was just like, oh. Yeah, girl, it's this pizza life. It's just a pizza.
What would you say is the biggest misconception of you?
That I'm mean.
Really? People think you're
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah, everybody think I'm mean. I am mean if I don't know you. My face is a 24/7 resting bitch face. So I could be having a time of my life, but I'm just gonna look at me like I'm unbothered, because people are like, oh, you should smile, you should smile. Never tell me to smile, because that's just gonna piss me off even more. I don't smile because I don't want wrinkles. I'm trying to look like a vampire, like eternal youthful now.
Yes.
But everybody think I'm like mean. I'm like, I am the nicest. I'm like, I am the nicest, meanest person you'll ever meet. The only time I'm mean is if you cross me or you cross my friends. Other than that, I zone out to my own world a lot, and you may look like you may look at me and be like, oh, that bitch is mean. No, bitch, I'm having a conversation with Mystique in my head, and we just zone the fuck out. Like damn.
I do want to ask you, you were on the show as Mystique Summers Madison. So when did you drop the Madison? What made you?
I've been dropped it. It's just because my contracts and paperwork said Madison on it. That was their excuse for saying we have to keep saying Madison. Don't blame it on that accent. Don't blame it on that accent. I'm stupid. Oh Lord. I might have to perform that. Don't blame it on that edit. Bitch, I'm Chicago. Don't blame it on that edit.
I think you should. See?
Oh, bitch. I'm done.
Well, as we close all of this out, I have my closing questions out for you. I would love to know what is on your roster for the rest of the year. Do you have any plans for anything? Where can people come out to see you? And what is a Mystique show like? Like, what can people get into if they've never seen you perform before?
Okay, so this is how I normally describe it. Whatever's going on in your world, you can have a mass murder going on in your family and blah, 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 blah. You came to a bar to escape. My job is to invite you into my world to escape so you can feel safety and have fun for the short amount of time that you're with me before you have to go back and face the real world. So everything that I do in my show is all about high energy and having fun. I buy people drinks. I do all this stuff. I don't care. It's all about we're together. Let's just have fun with this. But that's like the Mystique experience. Unless we're at a leather bar, then that's a whole different type of experience. But you can find me at different places. Like this year, I have brunch next month on December 5th at the Westin Hotel in Irving. This weekend, I'm in Portland at CC Slaughters. Then next year, I got to figure out what I'm doing for DragCon, because I just submitted all that stuff. But yeah.
You're gonna be coming to my booth is where you're gonna be too. You're gonna stop by.
Why that sound kind of like a sexual innuendo, but okay, let's go.
I don't know.
Because you just said you're gonna be having to come to my booth. I'm like, oh, that whisper, the voice went a little deep.
Yes.
Okay, well, let me go get my harness and everything. Let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the Mystique after? Is that the Mystique? Okay, so when you de-drag and when you are no longer Mystique, are you into leather and stuff?
I'm a former leather boy before drag.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, stop.
You didn't know that? A lot of people know that. I used to have this tagline called "Daddy Tested Bear Approved." I used to use that a lot. Then I was like, okay, let me just change this around.
Oh, so do you like a good harness?
Oh yeah, I have a couple of them.
Viewers or listeners, whichever one you are doing right now, take that moment and sexualize it. It's nice.
Come on, sexualize it. Yes.
Yes. What would you say was, I always ask people because this is called Exposed. I ask people to expose something that happened on Drag Race, either behind the scenes or that didn't make it to camera that you really wish would have, or maybe it was a heartfelt moment or something that you took away, or maybe it was the shittiest experience of your life. Was there something that didn't make it to air that you wish would have?
Don't blame it on the edit. Don't blame it. No. So I'll give y'all one because I tell people the same thing. Because if you remember on season on episode, you can say episode 1, where everybody was like bitching to me about, oh, just pad the mannequin to your size, blah, 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 and shit like that. When what people don't know is when you fill out the application, they ask you for your mannequin size. Oh no, it gets worse. Episode 4, when I went home, episode 4, someone told me miraculously there's a mannequin my size pop up on season 4 after I went home.
Oh. Blame it on the edit.
Blame it on whoever, but it was the many years ago. Everybody, I don't live in the past. I don't live with like regrets because people
That's
ask me,
good.
do you regret anything on the show? I'm like, no, I don't regret nothing. If I was back then, I'll still do it the same because if I regret anything I did in the past, is me. I'm still living in the past. For me to grow and be who I am now, I have to go through all that shit to make me to a better person.
Yeah.
So with that, I don't
Also,
regret nothing.
Yeah, you shouldn't. And I'll also say to you that even though you did not have that dress form in your size, if you did have the dress form in your size, you may not have gotten that untucked moment.
That's right.
And we would have never known you were from Chicago.
Right, and all these girls would have been just getting $1,000 bookings nowadays.
See?
Mm.
My last question for you is, what is a message that you have for our beautiful LGBTQIA+ community?
Live with no regrets. Say what you mean. You don't sugarcoat anything to nobody. If people get upset with you, then that's on them. That's their feelings. That's not yours. Live your truth. Be unapologetic. Who cares?
Good.
Who really cares? Just say what you mean because that's the best way you're going to get it out. Because if you don't get it out, it's going to eat inside you. And you say, "Oh, I should have said that. I should have did. I should have did all this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Who cares? Just do whatever. Just be free."
Oh, I love that. Do whatever and be free. And also, those at home, you need to do whatever you can to go see and follow Mystique Summers. Mystique, where are you on the socials?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all Mystique Summers. You can follow my makeup page and skincare page. It's DLS Artistry on Instagram. You can find me on Scruff, Bear 411, Growler, all those applications and everything. If you just Google search Mystique Summers, you pretty much can find me. I answer to everybody. I'm not one of the people that I feel like I'm too good to answer to comments and all that stuff. You send me a comment, you send me a question about anything, I'll comment and be like, hey, XYZ, this is what you do. Because that's how the world should be. And not as stuck up as half these one-trick ponies are.
I agree with you there. I agree. I'm sorry, I just want to keep going, but my last question, once again, but What would you, if you had to do makeup on me, I want to know what look you would go for. Like, what colors would you think?
Color wise, I will probably, well, I'm obsessed with golds and blues, but for you, I'll probably hit like this, like nice peachy color right here. This is a very, very vibrant peachy. Then I will probably hit the blue in the crease. Then I'm going to add it with the royal blue. Then for smoke the lower lash line with green.
I'm visualizing, that's beauty.
That's not like all the palettes that's by me. I could be like, wow, when I want to gel, I can hit these colors. I have like 30 palettes by me right now.
Well, thank you so much, Mystique, for being here with me today and exposing yourself. Make sure to follow Mystique on all those socials. Go check out some of the shows that she's in. She gave you some of those, and she's gonna be in Texas too. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Be sure to let me know what your favorite part was down below. Subscribe, rate, all of those good things. And until next time, I'm Joseph Shepard, and that is Mystique Summers.
Bye.